July 23, 2026. May we request the BAC Secretariat to please conduct the roll call of the BAC members, TWG observers, both in person and online.
Good day, everyone. Before we officially begin the pre-bid conference proceeding, may we conduct the roll call of attendance. Kindly answer present when your name is called. For Bids and Awards Committee, Engineer Brian R. Villanueva, BAC Chairperson.
Present.
Maria Teresa Bibaldeo, BAC Vice Chairperson. Engineer Jomar Cortez, BAC Member. Engineer Wilfredo Virial, BAC Member. Engineer Richard B. Pilapil Jr. and User. For Technical Working Group, Engineer Grace Y. Kumaling, TWG Head. Engineer Elinita M. Castulo, TWG Member. For BAC Secretariat, Engineer Arturo A. Suaren, Procurement Head. Yours truly, Christian Ligutong, BAC Sec. Eric Eligama, BAC Sec. From Planning and Design Section, Engineer Angel May Hayaw. Thank you. Your attendance has been duly noted and recorded.
Thank you, ma'am. With the 4 BAC members present, I declare that a quorum is established. I also wish to inform everyone that this proceeding is being live streamed through our official YouTube channel for transparency. Uh, for today's agenda, pre-bid conference for 11 projects, namely Contract ID 26GE0017, rebid, construction of multipurpose buildings, school building, Zamboanga del Sur Provincial Government College, Tambulig Campus, Barangay New Village, Tambulig, Zamboanga del Sur, with a pro budget of for the contract of 19,800,000. 26GE0039, Special Road Fund, Motor Vehicle Users Charge, MVUC, installation application of road safety facilities, roadway lighting along Sindangan-Siayan-Dumingag-Mahayag Road, Mahayag-Dumingag section, kilometer 1670 plus 761 to kilometer 1672 plus 663 sa Zamboanga del Sur with a pro budget for the contract of 14,406,000. 26GE0052, construction of bypass and diversion roads in RJ Lantian, San Isidro, Balimbingan, Luy-a, Tabuan, NRJ Camanga, diversion road, Barangay Lantian, Barangay San Isidro, Zamboanga del Sur. Station 06 plus 173 to Station 06 plus 738 Zamboanga del Sur with a pro budget for the contract of 9,655,137 and 14 centavos. 26GA0053 Network Development Program, construction of bypass and diversion roads, NRG Poblacion, Tambulig, Tungawan, Kauswagan Road, Barangay Tungawan, Barangay Kapalaran Section, Zamboanga del Sur, Station 03 plus 223 to Station 03 plus 253 Zamboanga del Sur with approved budget for the contract of 33,614,000 pesos. 26GE0054, construction of bypass and diversion roads, NRG Bubungan sa Paanding, Upper Lapirian, NRG Gapasan Circumferential Road, Barangay Gapasan Section, Zamboanga del Sur, Station 07 plus 617 to Station 7 plus 952 Zamboanga del Sur with a pro budget for the contract of 13,997,000 and 18 pesos and 10 centavos. 26GE0055, construction of missing links, new roads, Labangan, Midsalip Road, Barangay Langapod Section, Zamboanga del Sur, Station 22 plus 720 to Station 25 plus 720, Zamboanga del Sur, with a pro budget for the contract of 93,094,505 pesos, 515 pesos, 93,094,515 pesos. 26GE0056, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps, SIPAG, Construction of Road, Barangay Guliktop, Barangay Katipunan, Barangay Pawan, Barangay Labangon, Mitsalip, and Dumingag, Zamboanga del Sur. Station 01 plus 092 to Station 02 plus 392, Zamboanga del Sur, with a pro budget for the contract of 37,816,240 pesos. 26GE 0057, Asset Preservation Program, Rehabilitation, Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse, and Landslide, Primary Roads, Junction Aurora, Osami City Road, kilometer 1640 plus 300 to kilometer 1640 plus 360, Zamboanga del Sur, with a pro budget for the contract of 4,480,560. 26 GE0058 Asset Preservation Program Rehabilitation Reconstruction of Roads with Slip, Slope Collapse, and Landslide Primary Roads, Junction Aurora, Osami City Roads, Kilometer 1641 plus 800 to Kilometer 1641 plus 840, Zamboanga del Sur, with a pro budget for the contract of 2,523,914 pesos. 26 GE0059 Asset Preservation Program Rehabilitation Reconstruction of Roads with Slip, Slope Collapse, and Landslide Primary Roads, Lanao, Pagadian, Zamboanga City Road, Kilometer 1637 plus 960 to Kilometer 1638 plus 40. Zamboanga del Sur with a pro budget for the contract of 7,487,560 pesos. The last is 26 GE0060 Asset Preservation Program Rehabilitation Reconstruction of Roads with Slip, Slopes, Collapse, and Landslide Primary Roads, Junction Blancia, Mulabi, Josepina Road, Kilometer 1676 plus minus 030 to Kilometer 1676 plus 035, Zamboanga del Sur, with a pro budget for the contract of 2,519,209 pesos. This pre-bid conference is being conducted to discuss the content of the documents for the technical and financial proposals, as well as the program of works in accordance with the specified items of works. For the brief presentation, explanation by the back of the following basic contract, including the contract description, ABC, and duration to be discussed by Engineer Hayao of Planning and Design Section.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, ma'am, sir. Allow me to read the project subject for pre-bidding. First project, 26JE0017, construction of multipurpose buildings, school buildings, Zamboanga del Sur Provincial Government College, Tambulig Campus, Barangay New Village, Tambulig, Zamboanga del Sur. Construction of two-story, 10-classroom school building. Scope of work covers excavation, embankment, pouring concrete works with reinforcements, CHB installation with finishing, ceiling works, roofing works, painting, and plumbing works. Contract duration estimated as 141 calendar days, predetermined and workable days 18 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 19,800,000 pesos. Most relevant items for the project: for plain and reinforced concrete work, structural concrete 3,000 and 4,000 psi, reinforcing steel grade 40 and grade 60. For masonry works, 100 and 150 mm CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel. For finishing works, cement plaster finish, railing, waterproofing, ceiling 4.5 mm fiber cement board, reflective insulation, roof ventilators, and unglazed tiles. For roof framing and roofing works, pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm thick. Fabricated metal roofing accessories include ridge roll, flashing, and gutters 0.5 mm by 0.915 meters. Structural steel for trusses and purlins, and metal structure accessories including steel plates, bolts, sag rods, cross bracing, and turnbuckle. For plumbing or sanitary works, sewer line works, cold water lines, storm drainage and downspout, and plumbing fixtures. For electrical works, items include conduits, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, power load centers, switch gear and panel boards, and other overcurrent protection devices, as well as lighting fixtures. Also, fire hose valve chamois 100 by 65 by 65 mm for dry stand type system. Second project, 26JE0039. Specific Road Fund Motor Vehicle Users Charge as per RA 11239. Installation or application of road safety facilities, roadway lighting, along Sindangan-Siayan-Dumingag-Mahayag Road. Station extends from station K1670-761 to K1672-663. Contract duration 67 calendar days, wherein number of predetermined and workable days are amounting to 8 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 14,406,000 pesos. Most relevant items for the project: for reinforced concrete works, reinforcing steel grade 40 for pedestal and structural concrete class A for pedestal. Miscellaneous structures include single arm 8-meter pole solar LED roadway lighting 80 watts to 125 watts, 1.5-meter mast arm length. Third project, 26JA0052. construction of bypass and diversion roads, NRJ Lantian, San Isidro, Balimbingan, Luy-a, Tabuan, NRJ Camanga, Diversion Road, Barangay Lantian, Barangay San Isidro Section, Zamboanga del Sur. Station extends from Station 6173 to Station 6738. Contract duration 90 calendar days and projected number of predetermined and workable days amounting to 12 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 9,655,137 and 14 cents. Most relevant items for this project: for earthworks, removal of actual structures or obstruction, 610 mm diameter RCPC. For subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course for surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.15 meters thick and 0.28 meters thick. For drainage and slow protection structures, reinforcing steel, grade 40, and structural concrete for line canal. Pipe culverts as well, 910 mm diameter. Miscellaneous structure, metal guardrail, metal beam and piece bullnose, as well as reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white. Fourth project, 26JE0053. NRJ Poblacion, Tambulig, Tungawan, Kauswagan Road, Barangay Tungawan, Barangay Kapalaran Section, Zamboanga del Sur. Station extends from Station 3223 to Station 3253. Projected contract duration is 228 calendar days. Number of predetermined and workable days is 57 calendar days, wherein Sundays are amounting to 28 days and rainy days 29 days. Approved budget for the contract is 33,614,000 pesos. Most relevant items for the project: for earthworks, individual removal of trees 150 to 300 mm, removal of structures and obstruction, concrete bridge, unsuitable excavation, bridge excavation, and embankment from roadway or structure excavation, common soil. For bridge construction, precast concrete piles furnished 400 by 400 mm, type B, structural steel sheet piles furnished, structural steel sheet piles and driven, precast concrete piles, driven, soft strata, dust piles, furnished and driven 400 by 400 mm, reinforced concrete railing, double, reinforcing steel, grade 40 and grade 60, structural concrete, 20.68 MPa and 27.58 MPa, painting works for structural concrete, pre-stressed structural concrete members, girder type 4B, 30 meters, lean concrete, class B, elastomeric bearing pads, and expansion joint. For drainage and slope protection structures, hand-laid rock embankment, sheet piles, steel, coffer damming, and concrete for slope protection. Miscellaneous structures include reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and yellow. Next project, 26JE0054. Construction of bypass and diversion roads and NRJ Bubungan sa Paanding, Upper Laperian, NRJ Gapasan Circumferential Road, Barangay Gapasan Section, Zamboanga del Sur, from Station 7617 to Station 7952. Contract duration 158 calendar days, predetermined and workable days 20 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 13,997,018 pesos and 10 centavos. Most relevant items for the project: provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on bare rental basis, including operation and maintenance of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle. Provision also of furnitures or fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer. For earthworks, individual removal of trees 150 to 300 mm diameter, as well as pipe culverts and drain excavation, common soil. For surface courses, PCCP 0.15 meters thick and 0.28 meters thick. Drainage and slope protection structures, reinforcing steel and structural concrete class A for line canal. Pipe culverts, 910 mm in diameter. Grouted riprap for slope protection and stone masonry for head wall, wing wall, and apron. Next project, 26JE0055. Construction of missing links or new roads, Labangan, Midsalip Road, Barangay Langapod Section, Zamboanga del Sur. Station extends from Station 22720 to Station 25720. Contract duration 311 calendar days. Number of predetermined and workable days 39 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 93,094,515 pesos. Most relevant items for the project: for earthworks, individual removal of trees 150 to 300 mm diameter, removal of RCPC 60 mm diameter, and pipe culverts and drain excavation common soil. For surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement 0.15 meters and 0.28 meters thick. For drainage and slope protection structures, reinforcing steel and structural concrete for line canal, pipe culvert 910 mm in diameter as well as 1 to 20 mm in diameter. Grouted riprap for slope protection and stone masonry for head wall, wing wall, and apron. Next project, 26JE0056. Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, Construction of Road, Barangay Guligtop, Barangay New Katipunan, Barangay Pawan, Barangay Labangon, Mitsalip, and Dumingag, Zamboanga del Sur, from Station 1092 to Station 2392. Contract duration, 210 calendar days. Number of predetermined or unworkable days, 27 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 37,816,240 pesos. Most relevant items for this project: for earthworks, individual removal of trees 150 to 300 mm diameter, as well as pipe culverts and drain excavation common soil. For surface courses, PCCP 0.15 meters thick and 0.23 meters thick. For drainage and slope protection structures, reinforcing steel and structural concrete Class A for line canal. Structural concrete also for box culvert, apron, and wing wall. RCPC 910 mm in diameter. Grouted riprap for slope protection and stone masonry for head wall, wing wall, and apron. Next project, 26JE0057. Asset Preservation Program, Rehabilitation or Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse, and Landslide for primary roads. Station limits from Station K1640-300 to K1640-360. Contract duration, 95 calendar days. Predetermined and workable days amounting to 30 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 4,480,560 pesos. Most relevant items for the project: for surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.15 and 0.28 meters thick. For drainage and slope protection structures, reinforcing steel and structural concrete for line canal, gabions 1 meter by 1 meter by 2 meters metallic coated, as well as filter cloth. Next project, 26JE0058. Asset Preservation Program, Rehabilitation or Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse, and Landslide for primary roads, Junction Aurora, Ozami City Road, and station extends K1640-800 to K1641-840. Contract duration, 81 calendar days. Number of predetermined and workable days, 26 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 2,523,914 pesos. Most relevant items for the project: for surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement 0.15 meters thick. For drainage and slope protection structures, reinforcing steel and structural concrete for line canal, gabions 1 by 1 by 2 meter, metallic coated, and filter cloth. Next project, 26JE0059. Asset Preservation Program, Rehabilitation or Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse, and Landslide for primary roads, Lanao, Pagadian, Zamboanga City Road, from Station K1637-960 to K1638-040. Contract duration, 144 calendar days. Number of predetermined and workable days, 45 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 7,487,560 pesos. Most relevant items for this project: for earthworks, individual removal of trees 150 to 300 mm diameter, as well as embankment from borough common soil. For surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement 0.15 meters thick and 0.28 meters thick. For drainage and slope protection structures, reinforcing steel and structural concrete for line canal and solar light pole footing. Grouted riprap for Class A for slope protection. Next project, 26JE0060. Asset Preservation Program, rehabilitation or reconstruction of roads with slips, slope collapse and light slide for primary roads, Junction Blancia Mulave Josefina Road. From K1676030 to K1676035. Contract duration 75 calendar days. Projected number of predetermined and workable days 24 calendar days. Approved budget for the contract is 2,519,209 pesos. Most relevant items for this project: provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on bare rental basis, as well as operation and maintenance of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle. For surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.15 meters thick. For drainage and slope protection structures, reinforcing steel and structural concrete. For line canal, gabions 1 meter by 1 meter by 2 meters, metallic coated, as well as filter cloth. Those are all the projects subject for pre-bidding.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Engineer. For requirements of bidding documents, including instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specifications, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms to be discussed by Engineer Richard Pilapil.
Good morning. So to participate and qualify in the procurement activity of this eight projects, interested bidders are encouraged to read the following documents: the instruction to bidders, the bid data sheet, the general conditions of the contract, special conditions of the contract, bill of quantities, the drawings and specifications, and the securities and other forms as may be required for the contract. So bidders are strongly advised to read each provision, especially the instruction to bidders and the general conditions of the contract, whose special instructions are clearly spelled out in the bid data sheet and special conditions of the contract, respectively. Bidders are also encouraged to check the bill of quantities so that your bid will be responsive to the requirements set forth in the bidding documents. So these documents can be downloaded free of charge from PhilJEPs and DPWH websites. So before we proceed to the next agenda, let me first remind the all contractors, no, please be reminded that as per memorandum by our Honorable Secretary dated February 24, 2026, the separate submission of the sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership shall no longer be required. And also, uh, for those prospective bidders who wish to drop their bids on projects projects 26JE0053, 26JE0055, and 26JE0056, please be advised that you are required to submit and attach your ISO 9001:2015 certification requirement as per DO 110 series of 2024. Accordingly, all procuring entities within the department are required to include ISO 9001:2015 certification or its latest version as applicable as part of the project requirements in the bidding documents for infrastructure projects. So the pickup size range medium A with the allowable range of contract costs more than 30 million but less than 150 million. So again, please be reminded na you are required to submit or attach your ISO 901:2015 certification requirement for the projects I have mentioned a while ago. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer. Documents to be submitted by the bidders. Bidders checklist of requirements for each bid, including technical and financial proposals. The first envelope shall contain the following technical documents, including the eligibility documents: PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership in accordance with Section 20 of the IRR, pickup license and registration in case of joint venture, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity of to be contract to be bid. Statement of bidders SLCC in accordance with ITB Clause 5.5. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or a final rating or of at least satisfactory in the CPES, or a similar performance and monitoring system. In case of contracts with private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. NFCC computation in accordance with ITB Clause 5.6. Joint venture agreement, if applicable. Bid security in prescribed form and amount in accordance with ITB Clause 16 and validity period under ITB Clause 15. The project requirements, which shall include the following: organizational chart of the personnel to be deployed for the procurement project to be bid, list of constructors personnel, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen to be assigned to the procurement project to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. These personnel must meet the required minimum years of experience set by in the BDS. List of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement, supported by proof of ownership or certificate of availability of equivalent of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be, which must meet the minimum requirements for the contract set in the BDS. Omnibus sworn statement in accordance with Section 54.3 of the IRR. Latest General Information Sheet, GIS, reflecting the beneficial ownership information BOI duly received by the Security and Exchange Commission, Sect, for corporation. Disclosure of relations and beneficial ownership, Section 81.1 and Section 82 of IRRRA number 12009. Contractor Performance Evaluation System, CPES, rating as per DO 171 series of 2025, or its owner certificate of final acceptance or equivalent for private sector contracts. The financial proposal shall contain the following: duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly initial detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, duly initial quarterly, monthly cash flow and payment schedule. This standardized format is based on the provision of the new Government Procurement Act RA 12009, and it's aligned with the updated Philippine bidding documents for the infrastructure projects RA 984. For the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and awards to be discussed by the head of the TWG, no other than Engineer Grace Kumaling. Sabaan kinisil sa oy. Sabaan kay kasi basa rin. Labaw kay mong tingog. Labaw kay mong tingog. Because
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our prospective bidders. In behalf of the TWG, we, the technical working group, will evaluate the technical and financial proposals. In technical, sorry. In technical proposal, the detailed checking of the bill of quantities and bid prices, including arithmetic corrections in accordance with the rules, ranking of bids to determine the lowest calculated bid or the LCV, and then about the financial proposal, it is evaluated based on the prices as read during the bid opening. Then after detailed arithmetic verification, if there is there is any discrepancies between the amounts read and the amount computed, the final ranking is based on the amount as computed. And then during the post qualification, verification of the bidder's equipment pledge, including inspection and validation, that the listed equipment should be whether it is owned, leased, or under purchase agreement is available or operational and compliant with the minimum equipment requirements stated in their bidding docs. So the recommendation for award only upon determination that the bidder pass post qualification requirements. I think that's all, and thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am, Engineer Kumaling. Any questions, comments from the bidders online? Uh, Sir Eric, na online questions, query, wala. For the other matters to be discussed by Engineer Richard Pilapil.
Okay, good morning. So, as part of today's pre-bid conference, we would also like to discuss and remind all prospective bidders regarding the implementation of the DPWH 3-strike policy. So, the strike policy is being strictly implemented by this department to ensure that contractors comply with project requirements, contract provisions, and performance standards. So, this policy serves as a monitoring and disciplinary mechanism for contractors with recurring deficiencies, delays, or non-compliance issues in the government infrastructure projects. So under this policy, violations or deficiencies committed by the contractor may correspond to a corresponding strike depending on the gravity and the frequency of the offense. So repeated violation may result in sanctions, including suspension from participating in the future DPWH bidding activities, negative performance evaluation, or other administrative actions pursuant to existing DPWH guidelines and applicable procurement laws, rules, and regulations. So, in this regard, all prospective bidders are strongly advised to carefully review the plans, specifications, and contract requirements to ensure the availability of qualified personnel, equipment, and financial capacity to strictly comply with project schedules, quality standards, and safety requirements, and to coordinate promptly with the procuring entity regarding the project concerns and implementing issues.
Thank you, Engineer. Does anyone have questions from the or comments or additional from back members? None. If there are no further questions or comments, let us adjourn. Thank you. And once again,